So today, once again, we're gonna grab some canned tuna. You know, like I've told you in the past, truly one of the best pantry staples out there, as it's very affordable and filled with so many nutrients. And we're gonna create a delicious and elegant pasta dish that's packed with a ton of garlic goodness. We're talking a creamy tuna pasta with fettuccine. And let me tell you, this pasta dish has layer upon layer of so many great flavors. It truly is effortless to put together, and it's all done in a little over 20 minutes. Folks, serve this pasta dish next to a garden salad, and of course a bottle of Spanish red wine, but more specifically from the region of Jumilla, you're gonna have yourself one heck of a fabulous meal. This video is sponsored by Tienda.com. Now, Tienda is an online superstore focusing on selling all things Spain for your home and kitchen, and they've been around since 1996. And like I always tell you, they have the biggest selection of artisan Spanish ingredients, like queso manchego, the famous jamón serrano and jamón ibérico, Marcona almonds, olives, the beautiful canned seafood from Spain, and all the spices you need to make all your favorite Spanish recipes, among so many other great ingredients. And let me tell you, when it comes to cookware, they have an amazing selection of authentic Spanish paella pans that range in size from 2 servings all the way up to 50 servings. And they even offer classic grilling systems, that way you can always perfectly cook your paella at home. Folks, visit Tienda.com, let them know Albert from Spain on a Fork sent you there, and make sure you use coupon code on a fork during checkout for 10% off your order. Alright, let's begin by filling a stock pot with some water. You want to go to a little over the halfway point. Then we'll season generously with sea salt and heat it with a high heat. For the next step, I'm going to drain 2 cans of tuna in olive oil into a fine sieve with a bowl underneath. The size of the cans that I'm using are 4 ounces, which is 110 grams each. And we'll gently flake the tuna to remove any of the excess oil. You'll find a link where you can get the Spanish tuna I'm using in the description box below. Then we'll heat a large fry pan with a medium heat and add in 3 tablespoons of olive oil from the canned tuna, which is 45 milliliters. If you're using tuna and water for this recipe, just use regular olive oil. While the oil is heating, I'm going to finely chop 1 shallot and roughly chop 6 cloves of garlic. Then we'll add the chopped ingredients into the hot fry pan. And we'll mix it around continuously, that way the ingredients don't brown too quickly and everything evenly sautés. After 2 to 3 minutes, and the garlic and shallot is lightly sauteed, we'll add in 1.5 tablespoons of all-purpose flour, which is about 12 grams. And we'll continue to mix this and go between 1 to 2 minutes. This is enough time to cook off the flavor from the raw flour, that way it doesn't overpower the sauce. After 2 minutes, we'll add in 3/4 cup of milk, which is 180 milliliters. I'm using low-fat milk here, but you can also use full fat or even non-fat. And we'll also add in 3/4 cup of vegetable broth, which once again is 180 milliliters. You can also use chicken broth here or even beef broth if you like. And we'll continue to mix this and go between 3 to 4 minutes until we end up with a slightly creamy sauce. After about 4 minutes and we've ended up with a slightly creamy sauce, we'll add in the drained tuna, 2 tablespoons of chopped fresh parsley, which is 8 grams, half a teaspoon of dried thyme, which is half a gram, and season everything with sea salt and freshly cracked black pepper. And we'll give it a mix until everything's well mixed together, and then lower it to a low heat. While the creamy tuna sauce is simmering, let's move back to the stock pot. As you can see, the water is now at a boil, so it's time to add in the pasta. Once again, for this recipe I'm using fettuccine, but you can use whatever type of pasta you like. I'm going to grab 8 ounces, which is 225 grams, and add it into the boiling water. And we'll mix the fettuccine around, that way it's all coated in the water. And you don't have to mix this around continuously, but do get in there every 2 to 3 minutes. That way the pasta doesn't stick together and it all evenly cooks. And make sure to go back to the creamy tuna sauce once in a while and give it a gentle mix. Once the pasta is just cooked al dente, important to check the package instructions in the pasta you're using. We'll start transferring it directly from the stock pot into the pan with a creamy tuna sauce. And like I told you in the past, it's okay if a little bit of that starchy water gets into the sauce. It's not only going to enhance the flavors of it, but it's also going to ensure that it keeps its beautiful creamy goodness. Then we'll turn off the heat and give it a mix until everything's well mixed together. Then we remove the pan from the stovetop. And for the final touch, we'll finely grate in half a cup of cheese, which is about 60 grams. I'm using a Spanish Manchego that's been aged for 6 months, but you can use whatever cheese you like. And we'll give it one final mix until everything's well mixed together. And like I've told you in the past, when you're working with cream sauces, it's important to add in the cheese at the very end. If you add it in there too soon when there's too much heat, it's going to start separating the fats into cheese and you're going to lose that beautiful creamy goodness. And you can serve this directly out of the fry pan or even transfer it into some serving dishes. Either way, make sure to garnish it with some fresh parsley. Check it out, folks. Our creamy tuna pasta with fettuccine is done. Super easy to make, such a gorgeous presentation, and all done in a little over 20 minutes. Let's give it a try and see how it turned out. So for those of you that follow Spain on a Fork, you know I'm a huge fan of pasta, so this dish I am so excited to try. Look at that beautiful creamy texture. Here we go. Big boy bite. I'm telling you, it is absolutely fabulous. You got so much garlic flavor in that cream sauce with that tuna really shining through and the pasta beautifully cooked al dente. But for me, the real winner here is that we grabbed the most basic pantry staples like canned tuna and created such a beautiful and elegant dish. Once again, give this a try at home. Next to a garden salad and a bottle of Spanish red wine from the region of Jumilla, you're gonna have yourself one heck of a fabulous meal. Real quick before I go, a shout out to a couple of my patrons, Dr. Michael Barvitz, Jesper Halloum, Jim Owens, and Clarence Bolin. And guys, thank you so much for being patrons of Spain on a Fork. You know how much I appreciate you. If you enjoyed today's video, hit that like button as it really helps out the channel. Leave me a comment below. And as always, don't forget to share this video with your family and friends. That way our Spain on a Fork community can continue to grow. Till the next time, hasta luego.